Hey everyone, Skull902 here. As some of you might know, I've been huge into Power Rangers since I was a literal baby. My area of expertise is mostly in the original Saban era, but I think it's safe to say there's good in all the show's history. What might be your favorite moment? Something in that original era, such as the Rangers' Last Stand and Countdown to Destruction? Maybe something from the Disney era, Neo Saban, or the Hasbro-produced episodes? Whatever the case may be, there are probably moments or a series of events fans can point to from any of these eras and say, I think that one's the greatest. For my money though, I think my favorite Power Rangers scene is a pretty obscure one. Last year, along with Rabbit, I saw the 3-part Zeo episodes Where in the World is Zeo Ranger 5 and King for a Day, specifically part 2 of the latter. Something he and I regularly do during our hangouts is joke around and talk about what we watch when we watch it. But sometimes when something hits, we really shut the hell up and take it in, and this was one such moment. Afterward, we kinda turned to each other and were like, that was actually really good. So allow me a moment to analyze the scene and give my thoughts on it. First, the setup. Tommy Oliver, the Red Zeo Ranger, mysteriously disappears while testing his uncle's jet ski. As it turns out, Prince Gasket of the Machine Empire has kidnapped him and sent out his monster Cruel Chrome against the other Rangers. They defeat him with the Zeo Ultrazord, but Tommy's nowhere to be found. Gasket has brainwashed Tommy into believing he's the king of the Machine Empire and that the other Rangers are his enemies, having implanted his memories and power into the Machine Altor. Jason, the Gold Ranger, is teleported to Gasket's prison dimension and is set up to fight Tommy after defeating Altor. Despite Jason's pleas, Tommy is having none of it and is bent on the Power Rangers' destruction. Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa, seeing that Gasket's plot could spoil their own plans to retake their base on the moon, reluctantly teleport the other Rangers to the arena, and this is where things really kick into gear. After a brief fight, Catherine gets the idea to jog Tommy's memory by showing him who they really are, literally and figuratively. She walks toward him unaggressively, bravely standing strong as Tommy goes in for a hit but hesitates, showing that her plan is working. He tries again but is met with a hug, Cat begging him not to go through with this path of destruction he's on. Hearing her name helps him further, but with what Gasket had implanted in his mind before, he can't tell what's the truth and what isn't. The other Rangers follow suit, which helps, but the hold Gasket has is strong, and Tommy is clearly struggling. He snaps, thinking his friends are trying to fool him, and points his Zeo laser blaster at them. But Cat is determined. She again beckons him to turn back to the side of good, non-confrontational and speaking softly, which is important and I'll get into why a little later. Tommy once again recoils, unsure of what to do, but Gasket yells at him in frustration, calling him a fool and ordering him to destroy them. This last little push is what restores Tommy back to his regular self, powering down and telling Gasket that he's the enemy, declaring that he's going to be leaving with the others. The Power Rangers have broken the spell. So what is it about this sequence of events that I like so much? In short, it's that I think they really pulled the drama off. But if you want the long answer, in my opinion the setup was well written and the dialogue was top notch. Add in some of the best acting I've seen in the whole Power Rangers franchise, I swear to Christ. Jason pleading that he doesn't want to fight, Catherine taking a calm and caring approach, Tommy vocalizing his confusion and inner struggles. Serious credit to the suit actors as well, who have only their body language to work with. In particular, I want to mention Makoto Yokoyama, who portrayed the Red Zeo Ranger. Tommy's pain and inner turmoil came off so believably thanks to his efforts. Smaller things such as the camera work, the arena's aesthetic, the music, editing, and callbacks to previous episodes throughout this story also play a part. And hey, remember when I mentioned how Cat was being non-confrontational? I think that shows the people behind the show knew how to write a story with non-violent conflict resolution, flying in the face of accusations by some that the show was just mindless action scenes that somehow convinced children to beat each other up. To me, that all makes this one of the best forgotten moments in Power Rangers history. But what makes it forgotten? Aside from how I don't really hear a lot of people talking about it, probably because it's sandwiched between Bulk and Skull's first ever true fight scene, let's be real. Which is fucking badass in its own right, by the way. But if you're a fan of the show or have any interest after hearing me talk about it, I think you should check it out. I know after seeing it last year, I'll definitely remember how great this moment truly is. Thanks for watching. Feel free to let me know what you thought about the video in the comments. Give it a like if you liked it, or a dislike if you didn't. If you'd like to see more, subscribe and click the bell for notifications. It's free and you can opt out anytime. Here's a playlist with similar content, and my Twitter. I have been Skull902, thank you again for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Also, the part where Cat, Tommy, and Jason try to express their support for Bulk and Skull after all was done was legit heartwarming.